on the Go.
Elle on the Go.
I'm so happy to have you here on the set of Elle on the Go.
Yeah, I'm happy.
This year, finally, we
here.
made it happen.
Yeah, we did.
Last year, it was like a fast shot. It was like an espresso, one
Yeah.
shot and gone on the turquoise carpet.
I just saw like the video again, like because Alex, the videographer, showed me the moment, and I just remember being like, just coming down from the elevator, like, what the heck is going on?
Yes.
So many people.
Yeah.
It was like the moment it all like really took off. I feel
Wow.
like that's when Eurovision becomes just like a whirlwind that just sucks you in, and you kind of like float somewhere in between, and then you're suddenly on stage and poof.
Wow. How
Yeah.
did you live it?
I've never experienced anything like this before or done anything close to Eurovision. I think like starting with just the production of it and how you like there's so many things that need to kind of work intertwined with
Click,
each other.
right?
Yeah, and like the whole production crew, it's massive. Like the stage, the lighting, like it's I think there's not a lot of experiences like it in the music industry. I remember being like obsessed with like watching how they change like from one act to another in like 30 seconds or so, like taking the whole prop away, like cleaning the stage, like the other prop, and then it's 30 seconds and the next act is there.
30 seconds, like count it.
Yeah, like it's
With the
so
timer.
fast. I think 30 to 40 seconds or so. And I was just like, so amazing to have this experience. And now like this year again to
So you're
see
gonna
it. But
perform.
yeah, I'm gonna perform. We just had rehearsals a couple of days ago. It's absolutely amazing.
How did it feel like to be back on that stage that gave you such a big boost?
It feels like a little bit like a parallel universe because everything is kind of the same, but so completely different. I mean, hearing Swiss German like on the stage and like people talking, knowing so many people that work here now, like from the music industry or from just like there's a lot of people from radio and television that I've seen or met like a few years ago, and to see them now working on Eurovision is quite amazing. It's just crazy to me that this all is happening here now.
Tell me about the moment when you found out that you're gonna represent Switzerland at Eurovision. What did you do? How did you feel? Who did you call? What really happened in that moment?
I remember they told me that they would reach out until January something. I don't remember what the date was, and I was like, okay, I'm waiting for this day. They'll let me know.
Were you visualizing, hoping? Were you praying? Were you just letting it go?
I was just kind of like ready for whatever. I had a really good feeling, but I was like, whatever happens, happens. But then I got really nervous because I didn't hear anything from them the whole day. And at the end of the day, when it was almost going to bed already, I get like a message saying like, hey, so you're under the last two participants. We just have like some final very important questions. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
what questions? What
do you want to know
What do you
from
want
me?
from me? And I was like going to bed so nervous. I like called my bestie. I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Like, what would they want to ask me? I think I like told them everything. And then the next morning at 10, I go into the call and they were like, yeah, it was amazing. Like your performance, we really like it. We just have like one final question. And I'm like, what? And they were like, do you want to represent Switzerland at Eurovision? And I'm like, why did you do this to me? I'm like, I didn't sleep the whole night. But it was so funny. And then I was like, of course.
I can't believe they do this.
They did it, yeah.
It is so
They were shady.
magnificent and maleficent as well.
Yeah. They kept it for themselves really good. But then the first people I called was the team I wrote the song with, because we were all rooting for it the same way. We all fell in love with this song so much. And I think it was a very meaningful song to all of us, like creatively, really opened up like kind of a world we didn't know before. And so I just wanted to share this with...
We didn't know that world existed either. That was not a world, that was a really universe that you'd opened up.
Thank you. Yeah, it's one hell of a song, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful that everything came together the way it did, and I got to tell my story, and I think the whole experience was so packed with meaning for me, because it's always been just one of the most personal songs I've written, and a song that really changed the way I talked about my queerness in public, and the confidence I had, or that the confidence it gave me, like, also. So it's just been like a very special and like very meaningful experience. I really love like thinking back. Also, like I'm so excited to see like everyone again. There's so many performances this year from artists that were there last year as well. So I'm excited to see like Marina and Sylvester. Yolanda is coming too.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be great.
Or like a little revival.
Exactly.
You are very generous artistically. You included other participants in your music video.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
Why?
For me, it wasn't really about like generosity in that sense, or that's not really how I felt about it. I think it was also just my attempt to kind of show people how meaningful this time was for me. And like the most beautiful thing that came out of Eurovision for me, other than like being able to do what I do now, and kind of, as I said, having unlocked like this creative part of me, but also getting the opportunity to work with all these amazing people now, is the friendships that I discovered like through Eurovision. And like it's a crazy thing, because you meet so many people you would have never met from completely different realities, cultures, and I think I just wanted to showcase how much I love these friendships and how much they mean to me. And it was kind of like an idea I just had one night, and I was like, okay, I'll just text a few people, do you want to be in the music video? And I was so honored that everyone like came and was a part of the video. It was really funny because Marina Satti from Greece also wanted to come. She went on a flight to London where we shot. It was like super last minute. Like she was like, she would have only had like 3 hours in London and had to like get the next plane.
Wow.
But then her plane was delayed. So she literally came to the airport and had to fly right back to Greece, which was so sad.
No way.
But yeah, everyone just showed up, and I felt really honored. Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I am.
Do you feel lucky?
Yeah, I feel very lucky. I feel like luck is, and that's sometimes very naive of me, or maybe also just it doesn't always work out like that way, but I try to kind of incorporate luck into my expectations sometimes. I'm a person, I lose like everything. Like I lose my wallet.
The last thing that you lost?
My last thing that I lost, I thought I lost my passport. I didn't find it like for the last 2 days, but then it appeared somewhere in the back of my suitcase.
It just appeared.
That's
I think it's elves. Must be elves.
Probably elves. I lost my wallet. I lost my phone in the last few months. I lost like a whole bag of things. It happens all the time, but oftentimes I just get so lucky that like someone brings it back, or like it gets found again, and I'm kind of spoiled in that way. But in my head, I'm like, if I lose something now, I'm like,
it's coming back.
It's okay. It's whatever happens, happens, as I said. And maybe luck is part of the equation sometimes.
Do you have a mantra or some ritual?
I think my mantra is just to keep an open mind and open heart. And I think living life for me is kind of like a balance of having a vision, having a plan, and following that instinct, but also staying open to what life wants to tell you. And sometimes life tells you beautiful things and it tells you difficult things, and I think you just need to listen to life and sometimes go with what life has in store for you as well. So it's like a balance of like, I have my plan, but also life has a plan. And I think this is like a beautiful mix that I like to intertwine in my way of living.
Who are your idols?
As a kid, I was super inspired, or I loved the music of ABBA so much. So I constantly just listened to that. But then later I got into opera because I was doing like this theater group. And when I was 9 to 14 in Switzerland, we would do one opera a year.
I saw a documentary about you.
Really?
Yes, made by the Swiss television.
Okay.
And I saw the competitions, like the freestyle competitions you went through.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Like amidst, you were like a flower in the desert.
Oh,
there.
That's so
I
cute.
felt it like, and how did that feel?
So I think that was actually one of the most kind of defining moments for me, like musically, and the reason why I still make music today, maybe. I got invited to this, or no, actually, I don't know if I even got invited. I think I texted like the host of this show. It's like called Cypher. It's like a rap show in Swiss radio where like all of the best rappers of Switzerland come together.
What did you have in your mind when you texted that?
I was just like, I was 16. I was like, I need to perform there. I want to perform too. You know, like I think I can rap pretty well. Like if you just give me this chance. Like, and I kind of knew this host, so I was like, he was like, okay, yeah, come. And I went there and I just prepared for like 3 weeks straight. I think it was like even like I was out of school and I was like just like, okay,
nailed it.
Writing, and I showed it to my friends like, can I do this better? Can I do this better? And I performed it there, and it was crazy because all of like the like established rappers of like the place I grew up in, or like the kind of state, canton in Switzerland, were there, and they were all watching me, and I was just like, oh my God, I really need to prove myself now. And I just rapped, and
I have no way back.
I have no way back. I have to do this. Exactly. And I did it, and then it kind of went viral. Like it was Facebook at that time, which was so funny. And the next day I knew, okay, I wanna do this music thing for real. Started writing my EP and then released it with a label in Switzerland. That's kind of when everything.
And what is the best piece of advice that you did receive?
It was Benny, actually, from last year's delegation. He was actually the one who shot the documentary you were talking about. And he said something so beautiful to me. It was in the midst of all the craziness of Eurovision, and he just said, like, you know, Nemo, don't forget to smell the roses. You know, and I think that's such a beautiful image in my head. Like, just,
I feel it.
You know, you can constantly do things, but if you never just stop for a minute and appreciate what is going on or what's happening, it doesn't even mean anything. And the moment you stop and smell the roses, you realize like where you are. And it's a lot about what you said before. You're in the present, you know, like that's where you are. You don't care about the past.
My last question before letting you go to all your busy plans. What happened to the prize that you broke last year? And how did that break? And what happened to that object? How did you feel?
I heard they had like a whole workshop this year on how to make the trophies more stable for this year.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
They learned a lesson.
That's not true. I hope they did. I don't know like how it happened. I didn't really like examine the video very closely, but in my mind, I just put it down like a little bit too fast, and it just kind of like shattered.
Cracked in your hands.
In my hands. And then I was like, oh my God, I broke the trophy. And when I was like lifting it up, I cut myself.
How did you feel about it?
Terrible. I was like, oh my God. I was like, it was the weirdest mix of feelings ever because I was so happy I won, so under adrenaline, but my thumb was like bleeding, like it was actually, and like I was like showing it to everyone, like my thumb is bleeding, like I need a doctor, and everyone was like, you won. I'm like, no, you don't understand, you know, and like it was pure chaos. But then the doctor came and fixed my...
Was it like blood bleeding or
it was
just
kind of like a lot. Yeah, it was really a lot.
Like
it was kind of like a horror film. Like it was just kind of like it was not just like, yeah, it was like that a little bit. Like it went out and like even like...
And everybody, when they used to squeeze you, like...
Exactly, yeah, exactly. The camera person that took a picture of me as a trophy, like she came up to me afterwards and like she was like, I have like points of blood all over my t-shirt. It was really dramatic. But anyway, like they then said they would send a new one. And that was a whole journey. I think we got it like 8 months later.
8 months later? Oh.
Yeah. But now it's at my it's at the office of my managers in Switzerland. I haven't even seen it since then. I have to.
But do you have the broken one at home?
No, unfortunately not. That would be really cool, right?
Yeah.
I wanted the broken one, but I think they wanted to keep it for safety reasons, maybe. I don't know.
Nemo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to win other major prizes, major Grammys, and nominations, and to lots of good music.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. That was lovely.
Elle on the go.